Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Coffee Shop Soundstage, sponsored by QXO. My name is Karen Edwards, and we are live at the Florida Roofing Expo, day two. It's been so busy, and I have found Mike from ROOFLE.
Yes,
Welcome.
thank you. It's great to be here, and what a fantastic event this is.
Oh, yes, I know. I'm telling you, so busy,
It's
so
been
busy.
very busy, and I noticed on the sign this is the 104th anniversary of this show, which makes it even older than I am, which is amazing. But what an amazing track history! 104th annual
Yeah.
event, and it is as busy as we've ever seen it.
So tell us what you do there at ROOFLE.
So, my role is the Chief Revenue Officer, or I like to say court jester. I am Our technology exists to empower roofing contractors' websites to have the ability to give instant estimates because we know that homeowners, when they need a new roof, they are asking very specific questions. And those questions are easily answered in many different ways, like the About Us page, the different designations from their manufacturers and distributors. They can look at the reviews. But what is the other question that homeowners are
How
asking?
much is it gonna
How much
cost?
is it going to cost? And we allow them to get the price in less than 30 seconds from the comfort of their couch, 24 hours a day,
That's
completely automated right through
amazing.
the contractor's website.
That's amazing. It really is. And we live in a time where we want it instantly. We want it now.
We do want it instantly. But the other thing is we never want to lose value in what we do. So as roofing contractors, it's not just about the price. It's really about how do I most effectively gain the trust of my customers so that they trust me with their contact information. Because again, you're not just giving prices, 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 prices,
Right.
prices. What you're doing is giving them an online experience that they're already used to, whether they're buying a truck or a house or a boat or a home or anything. They're going through the same process.
Yeah.
They want value, but they also want quality. And the better that you can communicate them in a holistic sense, from everything from your reviews to the price, you are gaining trust with your homeowners and you're selling more jobs.
Yeah, it's part of the website, that's where we find the information. And you mentioned all those pieces where that customer learns about you. That's the start of building that trust.
Yes.
And so the getting a price is just one piece of that
Yes.
journey.
And it's the transparency price, yeah, the transparency piece of it.
Yeah.
So, it's the more that you're hiding information or you're looking like you're hiding information, that's the quicker that those homeowners are going to move on to the next place and go, you know what, that's not really for me. I want to look for something like this. And we're really seeing that in the younger generations. The younger you go, the more they're like this because, again, I'm 50. I'm a little bit on the older side. And my generation likes the handshake. We like the
Yeah. Yeah.
interpersonal interactions. We like the referrals. We trust people. And I'm guilty of this. I actually really do like to talk to salespeople. My kids, however, do not. In
Right.
fact, if they ask me a question and I answer the question, what's the first thing they do? They
Pull
pull
their
out their
phone.
phone. They ask Siri the same question. Like, what am I? That's chopped liver. I just told you the answer. But the fact is, it is kind of ingrained in them that they want to check and double check and they trust the computer. Ultimately, they trust the computer more than they do a human being.
They do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. So ROOFLE has been around now for 4 or 5 years. It's been a while.
I am so glad you said that. It's been barely two.
No
It's
way.
been barely two. And a lot of that has to do with the branding and the efforts that we've put into what we do. Now, the inception of the company was 2020. But our core product that everybody's familiar with, Roof Quote Pro, that goes on the contractor website,
Yeah.
started in right before 2023. So we're just over 2 years old.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's impressive because you've really made a mark on the industry. And, to talk about branding, people are probably watching this video saying, why
What's
is
the,
there a pair of
what are
sneakers
those
on the
shoes? What are the
table?
shoes about?
Can you tell everybody about this?
So branding to us is eliciting an emotional response to your logo. And that's both very fun, but very difficult to achieve. And so just with you saying, you guys have been 4 or 5 years, like that's so exciting to us
Yeah.
because our brand, we do trust that our brand has made a big impact on the industry and it wasn't by accident or mistake. And so we do some pretty crazy antics. We do quite a bit on social media. I like to make a lot of jokes and do a lot of fun things. But one of the things I picked up was actually painting shoes. So these are actually hand painted. These started out completely white, and it's one of those things I actually picked up with my daughter. So I've got a 18 year I've
Oh,
got 5 kids, but one of my daughter is artistic, and she and I started these, and we've done about a dozen of these shoes. This is the latest iteration of it. So it's a little bit of a process. You take it and you take a white shoe, you deglaze it, and then you do leather acrylic paint. And these are just hand painted with a brush. These aren't quite done yet. I haven't added the logo to it yet, but they are ROOFLE shoes. And the reason why we would do this is, again, we're trying to get people to identify it, and we have our booth, and we're in the middle of a very, very busy trade show. And what is it that draws people in? And when they draw in, what is it that makes them stop and want to talk to us? These shoes have been amazing. People come and they're like practically like, how do I get these shoes? Where do I get
right?
these shoes? And it's part of our story, and it becomes part of our story. And and it's no different than a roofing company or anybody that's trying to get themselves out, get 5 mile famous, as Joseph Hughes likes to say. How do I get myself out? Start that conversation, be comfortable with my community, and have them really attracted to us.
Yeah, yeah, I love it. So I'm just curious, once they're painted, do you have to put a sealant on them?
So you can. So these are technically one of the ways to do it. Yeah, these would be in finished form. I am going to add a logo, and then I do like to add a PVC coating over the top of it. You don't have to. I do like to. It gets a
Yeah.
little bit shiny, but I do wear them a lot. So I've got some that are 2 years old that look almost like this, just because I do put a little bit of PLC into it. But these are almost done. Not quite, but yeah, I'll put another sealer on top of it.
I love it. So, and speaking of branding, Roof Quote Pro that goes on the contractor's website is completely branded for that contractor.
100% branded. And again, a lot of that has to do with we want the homeowners to be interacting with you, not with us. We don't exist. Our technology is there for the homeowners to get their questions answered, but everything else is branded to the homeowner. We also have a widget in partnership with Owens Corning
Yeah.
to where you can actually embed that version of it on a website. And now you have the Pink Panther pointing to the instant estimator.
Oh,
Because again, when homeowners see that, they are trusting a brand that's recognizable. And so if
yeah.
you do choose to do something like that, Owens Corning gave us the permission to put a Pink Panther on there. So again, it's part of that brand recognition and getting people to trust your
Yeah.
process.
Yeah, that's very cool. And, building trust with the homeowners. Owens Corning has done a great job of branding that Pink Panther as someone you can trust. And then when a contractor can use that Pink
Yeah.
Panther because they are certified by Owens Corning.
Yep.
Probably they have another term for it, but you know what I mean.
Yep.
Then that
Platinum or
just
preferred. Yep.
adds
Whatever
platinum
the
or
status
preferred.
is.
Yeah,
Yep.
that just adds to the trust that you're building with that homeowner. That's really cool.
Yep. It's all about branding.
Yeah,
It's
at the
like
end of the
it's
day, it is.
Yep.
I love it. I love it. And I just have to ask one last question about the shoes. Are you hand drawing that on there and then painting over it, or do you like transfer it so it's perfect?
I wish. So I am not an artist whatsoever. In fact, for as much ADHD that I have, I can't hardly paint these because it takes so much time
Yeah.
and effort. So, but no, there's actually a Cricut. You might
Oh,
be familiar with that.
I
So
know
I will use
cricket.
a Cricut to do a vinyl and then heat stamp it into it, and so then, they fall off every once in a while. That's the part of it that's a little bit.
We're still
It'll
working on that.
Yeah, I mean it'll go a year,
Yeah.
but yeah, eventually it'll probably uh, fall off. Then I'll put a new one on it, but it's very
Yeah.
easy to do.
Very cool.
Yes,
Well, Mike, this was really fascinating, interesting conversation. I want to thank you for being here. You're out of time unless you're at the show right now. You can swing by the Roofle booth, but
absolutely.
otherwise, Roofle has a full directory on Roofers Coffee Shop, so you can always go there. It has all their contact information about Roof Quote Pro, and how to get started. If you're an Owens Corning contractor,
Yep.
they have a portal where you access, the services and stuff, and you guys are part of that.
Yep.
So many ways to learn
Lots
more.
of ways.
Yeah.
Yep. And the one thing that you don't want to do is follow me on Facebook because I'm the influencer. So everybody wants to be an influencer. I'm the influencer. My stuff just dies. It goes moldy. It doesn't go viral. These are called the runfluencers. So
I love
just
it.
for you.
Run influencers. All right. Thank you so much. This
Thank
was
you.
great. Great to
Appreciate
talk
it.
with you. Thank you, everybody out there. We have, I think, one or two more videos because the show is not quite over. So don't go anywhere because we want to see you on the next one. Bye.